Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we have Temptation Island Season 3, The Reunion. So if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and also if you like the video, hit the like button. Also feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section below because I like to engage with the viewers and subscribers. So without further ado, let's jump into this. All right, now it is the reunion, and as we know, 3 out of the 4 couples chose to stay together at the end of Temptation Island. And of course, we had our handsome Mark as the host of the show. However, we were definitely holding our breath to prepare on whether the fact Erica had gone back and got back together with Kendall or not. However, we found out that they are so far not together at that moment in time. Who knows? But guess what else we found out? We also found out right away that Kendall and Alexis is no more. Apparently, after she and Kendall had left the island, they only spoke one time. And then Nicole got her time on TV as she shared that she was disappointed that she didn't get to spend more time with Kendall because she felt they had a connection. I don't know how Nicole came up with that. I don't understand, but she definitely thought that there was something there, and Kendall denied it. He denied any sort of feelings on his end whatsoever, and that's not a surprise. And he said that, he should not have moved on so fast with the ladies on the island. He also added that he's going to appreciate the next woman that he's with. Yeah, so it's going to be tough because anybody that's seen this show, I don't know if they're going to be so easy to jump on board on the Kendall train. Then this whole thing with Jesse. So Kendall accused Jesse of taking advantage of Erica while she was vulnerable. And of course, he denied it. Erica and he both agreed that the only message was to focus on herself and not Kendall. And then Mark also tried to push Kendall into opening up emotionally and asked how Erica's connection with Jesse made him feel. And Kendall just came straight out and said he felt nothing. Mark didn't give up on him, and he got Kendall to admit that he had a hard time opening up because he was constantly let down in past relationships. And it seems like, I don't know, people saying that he's blaming everyone but himself. But obviously, when you have that type of coldness, usually that's a defense mechanism. So obviously, whatever issues that he had, maybe he need to go seek some professional advice about it. But it's definitely something there because they say hurt people hurt people. So Erica, of course, reassured the fans that she and Kendall were not together. And, of course, I bet everybody had a sigh of relief. So next up was Aaron and Corey, and that whole thing was messy, too. Their relationship status update is complicated. And just like Mark predicted, Corey and Aaron had fallen into their old ways as soon as they left the island. And Corey was still not communicating with Aaron. Aaron was still pushing Corey to be an alpha male. That wasn't a big surprise. And then this whole thing with Shaquille and Amanda Butts. They joined the panel, and both Aaron and Corey apologized to them. Aaron wished she hadn't sent Shaquille home because she wanted to get to know him, and Corey apologized to Amanda for ghosting her after he left the island. And then it became interesting because Corey said he lied to Aaron about his overnight date with Amanda. It wasn't clear if they just kissed or hooked up, but Amanda confirmed that they slept in the same bed but didn't do anything. But then Shaquille jumped in and said Amanda told him they did hook up. So Aaron was basically losing her mind over it, and then Corey reasoned that this is why he didn't want to tell her what happened because, he knew she would be upset. Mark jumped in it. They all were bickering and asked, Corey and Aaron if they wanted to stay together. Corey didn't want to give up their relationship. However, Aaron says she won't walk away. Mark put his 2 cents in it and said that they were incompatible because Aaron was trying to make Corey be someone that he wasn't, and Corey wasn't stepping up to the plate. So Aaron and Corey then agreed that they just wanted to be happy, and you know what? They're much happier probably being separated from each other. So obviously, that's the end of that relationship. So up next is Chelsea and Thomas. And they gave off similar vibes as they were, at the final bonfire. But at first, they seemed upset, but then everything else was fine. So the back and forth of their relationship has been going. Chelsea shared she wasn't happy, when she saw the footage of Sophia and Thomas, and especially the one where he was kissing and rubbing this mask all over her butt. But interesting, enough, she didn't mention the possibility of them hooking up on their overnight date. Yeah, that didn't come up at all. And then we also got to see Sophia chime in and said that she thought Thomas stayed true to his plan of being faithful until he had seen the footage of Chelsea and Blake making out. Now, these two, they said that they have to put in a lot of work, and, it's just been a roller coaster for them being in love and fighting with one another. Chelsea got defensive and said all relationships took work. Mark, of course, he wished them the best. But then we also got to see a clip of Blake sharing his opinion that he was disappointed in Chelsea for not sticking to her plan to leave the island alone. And so, he's still carrying the title of Blake the Fake. I still see that a lot. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you think he was being legit, or do you think he was being fake? We also got to see that clip when he originally presented himself to Chelsea while I was on the island. And then we can't forget about Tom. Tom was also supportive of Chelsea's decision as long as she and Thomas were happy together. So, he didn't make a big stink about anything, but it was just an interesting thing to watch. I don't actually think they're going to last. I mean, for them being on the island, making these other connections, and then all of a sudden they're back together, as we saw on this, part 2 of the final bonfire. And then all this roller coaster up and down with their relationship. I just don't see it. And I mean, who knows? I'm not behind the scenes. Maybe they are putting in the effort. They laughing and smiling, but, a lot of folks are thinking it's a front. And Mark, even though he wished them the best, I know in his mind, he's like, you know what, y'all need it. Because it just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem that they've actually learned anything. They got the chance to experiment with other people on the island and then came together and said, okay, let's go back home to our old lives. So we'll see. I'll follow them on social media. We'll see what happened with them. So last but not least, we have Julian and Kristen. And Kristen and Julian both reiterated their thankfulness for the experience and how it brought them together. And that ring is gorgeous. Kristen says she also realized that she needed to figure out the root cause as to why she did not want to move forward in the relationship. And then Julian shared that, this whole thing that he had, the conversation with Maya was a big part in helping him realize that he couldn't move forward by carrying the burden of his cheating forever. Mark asked Kristen and Julian, if they talked about the details even further on Julian's unfaithfulness, but Kristen said that she didn't need to know the details, but rather the reasoning. And she also mentioned she want to move forward instead of looking back. So I totally understand that. So pretty much the show ended on a happy ending. They had this clip of both their families wishing them well. And they actually set a date, which I think is in July of 2022, which is their actual anniversary of their first date. So I'm excited for them. I think Mark said that he's going to be there for the wedding. So I'm wondering if they're going to film that or, give us some updated clips or something. I do follow Kristen on Instagram, so I'm looking out to see what this beautiful wedding is going to be like next year. So I wish them the best. So let me know what you think. Do you think Erica will stay single or go back to Kendall? Are you surprised that Thomas and Chelsea got back together? Do you think Aaron and Corey will separate for real or just stay together? And then do you think Kristen and Julian will still get married? I do. And did you enjoy this reunion? It's been a great season. It went by fast. It started in February and now we're heading into May. So I'm looking forward to season 4. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So let's do our post notification shout out for this video. If you want to be shouted out, drop a comment. I will see you and shout you out. This one goes to Deborah Foley. Thank you so much for engaging in the channel. I appreciate your comment. And then next, go to KDrama_Jamaica. Thank you as well for your comment. I appreciate it. And then last but not least, Pamela Sharon. I hope I pronounced your last name correctly. Thank you as well for your comment. And until the next season or the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon.